update on the 236 with the DED head. Got her out here on my deck. Just had it running, warmed it up a little bit. Got some C12, it's 108 octane race fuel. I want to switch it to methanol. Having a problem getting a methanol carburetor made for this. I want the same one, but in methanol, but I can't find it. So, let it warm up. Changing the oil, letting the oil drip out down to the pan down there after its first break in. I actually got the frame out here too. I repainted the frame last night because it looked like shit and it looked too dark. I didn't put down a silver coat. I didn't realize this is transparent red. So I put down a silver coat and shot it. Now it actually looks metallic. Starter out here. Some more parts for the bike. Yeah, she's actually sounding pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Just installed this Paul's carts. It's movable, adjustable timing. You can adjust the timing on it on a fly. You don't have to change nothing out here. This is I like this. This is exactly what I wanted. But I gotta say, I had to modify this bracket a lot. This plate was backwards, so it can only retard the timing. I want to advance it. So if I go from methanol to gasoline, I'm going to add 2 or 3 degrees for methanol. If I go back to gasoline, I can go back to 32 degrees of timing with that. I'll probably pop it apart and show you what I did, but I had to cut the plate behind this so this coil would actually sit pretty much up against here, because what it was doing was it took the coil and had it all the way out to the edge here, and it would not line up with the damn magnet. It's very close now. It's right on the edge of the magnet. It works, it's fine. But for $133, something like that, I paid for it shipped, I had to do a lot of modification to this plate, this back plate. And I had to turn this plate around so I can actually advance the timing and not retard it. Kind of don't like that moves. It's actually starting to loosen up. I gotta go back and the bolts in the back, I gotta Loctite them in. But it works. But for the money I paid, I had to do a lot of mods to it for it to work. I don't like talking not bad about people's stuff, but this thing was not worth its money. Not especially since I had to modify it. I'm going to pull that apart, Loctite that, and then I'm going to show you what I had to do. Alright, be back soon. Alright, so we're back in the house. And this is what I was talking about with this bracket. It actually came loose. I never Loctited these, but I had to cut all this out. This bracket came all the way up to here with aluminum. I cut all this out to get the coil to the point where it's supposed to be, where it actually would contact, you know, at the magnet. So kind of wasn't worth the money, but it kind of was. I mean, I should actually make these and sell them as my own, just the brackets. I mean, it's a nice concept. Also, I had to do all kinds of spacing, space these out right. So originally this comes with plastic spacers that would space this off of this plate. Yeah, let me put it on camera. It came with plastic spacers that would space this off of this plate, but it would put it all the way at this edge. It was crazy. And like I said, I had to turn this plate around. This plate was actually like this way, and you can only retard the time and not advance it. I want to be able to advance at least 3 degrees and retard back to 32 degrees. Also, Doesn't say any instructions or anything. I added this ground to the block just to make sure this thing got a good contact with the block and function properly. I had it outside running. It runs good. No issues. Still runs great. I'm happy with it. And it's pretty good running engine. One of the other things I did, it's still hot. I just took it off the bench. I drilled out the valve cover and took these out of the spacer that came with the kit. And drilled and tapped the head, or the valve cover, so these would go into the valve cover, because it only has this and this. These are right above the rockers, so all this oil that comes up through here is right under the rockers. And this valve cover actually baffles very well. Not a drop of oil comes out of here. It vents nicely. Not a drop of oil. This valve cover was worth every dollar I paid for it. I'll probably actually get one of these for my street bike, because that thing likes to push oil out. Because it has a regular valve cover with no baffling in it, because it's got the gauge roller rockers in it. There's a nice little wire on it. And I just used his coil that came with the kit. Quite sure it's probably not a hot coil. It's probably just a standard coil with a nice little wire on it. Like I said, I don't want to talk no shit about anybody, but come on, man. This thing did not line up with this flywheel, and it has nothing to do with the flywheel. The flywheel is on properly, but I had to do a lot of modifications. I had to sit here and cut all this out. I had to keep cutting here and here so I can actually, I think I got about 3 degrees I can advance it, which is plenty. Because like I said, if I go to methanol, I want to advance it like 2-3 degrees, probably like 3 degrees, I don't know. Wish I had a dyno, but I don't. And I can go back 32 if I go back to gasoline. Well, racing fuel. I won't have to mess with none of this. I don't think they make this flywheel, this lightweight flywheel, adjustable. They make an adjustable flywheel, but it's the one with the fins on it. I want the lightweight one without the fins, because this is a race motor. It's going to run a couple minutes at a time, so it probably ain't going to overheat. That's pretty much it. Next stop is putting the bike together and putting this on there, starting to get it assembled. That's just a little update about the 236 stroker with the DED head. He's running good. I'm going to put a little bit of a video of it running at the end of this clip right here. Alright, thanks for watching.
Shoot us in here.